Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the Casual Sports Talk Podcast, Final Four Hockey Edition. And now we got two people that are super excited because we got Douglas here, who has decided that his Tigers finally got 2 wins this week. Here's Douglas.
Hey, they won on my birthday, Stu. That's all we care about.
Yes, that is all we care about right now. And now,
sir, let me interject here. So you mean this week? It's only Tuesday. So
technically,
that's a heck of
that's
a
pretty
week.
good for the second day of the week. That's pretty good. They had 2 wins already.
Yeah, you got 2 wins already. I just want to let you know it took you a while, but I'm just saying.
Unless you say that Sunday is the beginning of the week, then
They did technically get 2 wins.
all right.
I'm
Sorry
Well,
to go
they
off
lost
tangent there. My
Sunday
bad.
and they
sir.
lost
Go ahead.
Monday. So, all right.
We'll see. But anyway, and now we got Fyodor, who is still owes me a notes app apology for picking Boston instead of Florida. Here's Chris.
Pleasure. Great introduction, Stuart. Thank you, but I do not owe you a no tap apology because initially I picked the Florida Panthers to go to the Stanley Cup.
I'm just saying, you picked Boston. I still want a notes app apology. I mean, Douglas, do you agree? Should I get a notes app apology for his decision to pick the Bruins over Florida?
No, Stu. No.
Yeah, because Stuart, you're not.
Cancel the podcast.
I picked the Bruins 2 podcasts ago.
Where's the podcast gotta go? I'm just kidding. Anyway,
But I initially picked the Florida Panthers. The Panthers my initial pick, where my heart was at, and then I watched that podcast the other day, and you guys both picked the Panthers. And then I was like, I'll go with the Bruins. But that was 2 weeks ago for the podcast. So I did initially pick the Panthers. So no apologies coming your way from me, Stuart.
I still want an apology. I'm just saying. And also, I want my free Frosties. I'm just saying.
Well,
Hey, in 2 weeks we're going up to Michigan, and we're gonna get our Frosties. Heck yeah.
Yes, I will get a free Frosty, and I'm gonna send it to. That should be our photo for the community page.
Wait, why is it gonna be a free Frosty, Stuart? We're gonna pay for our own Frosties.
It's just because I wanted free Frosties in Nashville, and I never got it because the Predators decided to not score an extra goal on an empty net. I'm just saying.
Sorry, Stu. That was 2 rounds ago. I say we focus on the round at hand, shall we?
I know, and like I said, we're gonna probably talk about the round at hand. But first of all, we got to probably do some eulogies right now. Unfortunately, let's start with the one team that got eliminated right now. We got the Boston Bruins, who Fyodor 2 weeks ago decided to pick them over the Panthers. I picked the Panthers. Douglas picked the Panthers. Gentlemen, I guess we'll first talk about the eulogy. What is your thoughts about the Bruins getting eliminated again, losing to Florida? But at least it wasn't the first round.
As a Boston disliker, it was great. It was a good time. Did Stu just leave us?
I mean, Florida looks like they were the 3rd seed in the playoffs, and Boston was the 4th seed. I know. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but I'm looking at the conference standings. Yeah, I mean, Boston's not one of my favorite teams. That's why I initially picked the Panthers too. But yeah, it's great that Florida was able to knock them out in what was that? Yeah, 6 games.
We got to check the recording. I'm just saying, I think you did pick Boston 2 weeks ago.
I did pick Boston 2 weeks ago, but 3 weeks ago when the playoffs started, I picked the Florida Panthers.
And you denied the Panthers. You did not think that Sergei Bobrovsky was going to have a great game against the Boston Bruins or series. And look at that. They beat them 4-2. I mean, first of all, it's a sad day for
Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand. That's number 1. Number 2, my nephew, who's going to be 3 years old. It's a sad day where he can't see Tom Brady or Boston win a championship in his lifetime.
Well, the good news for him, Stu, he's still got the Celtics going strong, so he might not have to wait long.
Yeah, that is true. But it's such a sad day. Such a sad day.
Stu, I got good news, though. I got really good news. He may have never seen an Ohio State national championship, but he's seen a Michigan one, so we can live with that.
Oh man, hey, facts are facts, dude. Don't hide from it. Facts are
You know what?
facts.
Just for that,
What?
Douglas, I hope it's another 30 years and you win another championship.
Yeah, that's okay, Stu. We got our one.
Yeah, but hey, Stuart, you know what? The Buckeyes have learned from the past 3 years, and we're gonna go into this year, and we're gonna knock their socks off. So yeah, Michigan had their glory for that last year, and I good. I mean, good job, Michigan. You guys won the national championship. It's hard to do. But yeah, this year we're gonna beat Michigan. What is that game in Columbus or is it in Ann Arbor?
It's in
Ann
Arbor. It's Ann Arbor.
Okay, so we're gonna win in Michigan, even better. We're projected to be a top 3 team. So yeah, we're gonna. I mean, plus what? It's a 12 seed team playoff.
Columbus,
oh wait, yeah, you're playing Columbus. I'm sorry, I just realized it is in Columbus.
Well, that makes it even easier. Then we're gonna win. Yeah, we're definitely gonna blow their socks off. And
do you know what I remember? I remember 2 years ago, everybody saying that Ohio State was going to blow Michigan socks off.
Yeah.
And then Michigan won 45-23, and just Donovan Edwards, who's back this year, had 2 really long, beautiful touchdown runs and got to silence the Buckeye crowd.
No.
But I will tell you, that was a beautiful eulogy for the Buckeyes. Thank you, Doug. That was great, actually.
Thank you so much. But like I said, I feel like for Boston, I mean, I guess this is sort of a success, but it's like still in that mid. I feel like, it's been since 2011 since the last time they won the Stanley Cup against Vancouver, where Vancouver righted after Game 7, if you remember that. But is this going to be their peak at this point? Is for Brad Marchand and this Boston Bruins, is they're only going to make the first round or the second round, and that's it? They're not going to make the Final Four. They're not going to make the finals. I mean, they did make the finals that 1 year against the St. Louis Blues.
I'm too casual at sports talk. I'm not sure what year or the age of Brad Marchand, but I can see the Boston. They're definitely going to make the playoffs next year and probably the year after that. So they'll probably get their revenge, or they'll get another couple shots at making it far in the playoffs.
But they're not
done. They're not done.
But I will tell you this, Fyodor. You know who they're not going to get their revenge at? The Florida Panthers.
At least not this year, Stu.
They did. They got.
Thing. Can we? All right. I don't want to talk about Boston. Can we talk about Florida though? How fun they are.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
Here's what I really love about Florida, is the way that they play. Like, I watched Florida play the Red Wings a while back, and the announcers kept saying how Florida has one of the best forechecks in the game. And just watching it against Boston, Boston couldn't get the puck out of their own zone. They were rushed and panicked. Florida's going to be a tough team to beat, because just the way that they play, they just play so aggressively and so in your face that Boston just couldn't really figure it out. And Florida had a perfect recipe of just continually bringing pressure. It was really cool.
Honestly, out of the 4 teams that are remaining, I think I'm taking Florida to win it all.
I'm ready for Florida. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been a Panthers fan for the last couple of years. And plus Bobrovsky, get this man goalie of the year. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go a different route, boys, because I picked New York and Edmonton.
Yeah, I was gonna say you picked the Rangers.
Yeah, so this is where me and Stu diverge here. I'm going all Panarin.
Yeah, and I did pick Florida to go all the way, and unfortunately, Vegas decided to just exit out of the first round. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with my Edmonton pick, but man, oh man, they just keep going. They just the team that keeps on going.
Wait, sir, did you say you picked the Los Angeles Kings to meet in the finals with the Florida Panthers?
No, I picked the Golden Knights versus Florida. I thought it was going to be a rematch.
Oh, the Vegas Golden Knights. Gotcha.
And I should have realized rematches don't happen in the NHL. This is only NBA thing. But no,
I don't know, Stu. You had the back-to-back years of the Red Wings Pittsburgh. I guess that was already 15 years ago, though.
Yeah, but that's 15 years ago, and that's a long time ago. You know what I mean? Or you could say the back-to-back on when it was, the Red Wings versus Colorado, but that was a long time. You know what I mean? That's a generation ago in the NHL terms. You know what I mean?
Sir, you did mention the NBA going back to back. Unfortunately, the Denver Nuggets will not be able to go back to back because Doug picked the Timberwolves and they won. So that was a crazy game 7. But
good for you, Timberwolves. Good for you, Timberwolves, for making
and
it this far.
in the last, I read something in the last 6-year span of the NBA Finals, there won't be a back-to-back winner, and that's like the longest streak in like NBA history. So yeah, I guess we're not going with the dynasties anymore. We're just going with those teams that could put a full team together and make it far and win the ship.
Can you believe it? Are we living in a world where there's parity in the NBA finally?
Yeah, following 2019, there certainly has been, hasn't there?
Yes. Except for the one year when LeBron James and he won the Mickey Mouse trophy in the COVID year.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, even that was even that was with the Lakers team. Like they hadn't won one in what since, I don't know, 2011, 2012, something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely a fun era though, because like there's so many young superstars and these guys are so good.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who to root for versus like in the Luka versus Ant-Man there. That'll be a fun series.
I mean,
that's gonna be so much fun. Cause yeah, you got Luka, you got Kyrie, then you have Anthony Edwards. I know Karl Anthony Towns, Cat. He's amazing. So it's gonna be a great series for sure. I think that starts on Thursday, tomorrow.
I think tomorrow. Yeah.
But also, what starts tomorrow is that Florida Rangers series.
Yes, and speaking of which, Christopher, you got a good segment. We got to do a eulogy. Unfortunately, the Carolina Hurricanes. Sorry, not the Panthers. That was a different eulogy.
I mean, you can give the Panthers eulogy too. I mean.
Oh yeah, that is funny. I guess should we just? I mean, I know this is we're hockey. We're talking about hockey right now. Should we just do a eulogy on the Panthers season because they're already about to be eliminated first?
I mean, wait, didn't the Panthers pick up one of the like a top wide receiver? I do believe.
Yeah, but
I think so.
It's the Panthers.
I was so confused here because you guys are talking about the Panthers.
Oh no, we kind of like because Stuart said the Carolina Panthers, talking about the Carolina Hurricanes, and then we kind of like got a side tangent talking about the Carolina Panthers when I started talking about wide receivers, and they have Bryce Young as a quarterback.
So, yeah. Fair enough. There was kids playing football. I got distracted.
Yeah, nice. But it was kind of interesting.
I don't know, Stu.
So that's why we started talking about football, because you got kids playing football wherever you're at.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys saw, Stu. Apparently, Bryce Young is picking up the offense great, so they're going to be amazing this year.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just saying,
who's in Carolina's division? Carolina.
I'm just saying.
Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans.
Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
I'm just saying. I mean, people probably said, the Browns with Johnny Manziel, they're picking up the offense right now. He's going to be great, right, Fyodor?
I mean, if we're going to talk about ex-Browns, Baker Mayfield seems like he picked up the offense pretty well in Tampa Bay, so. I mean, if I had to do my preseason pick for that division winner, it's going to be the Buccaneers and with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, because you guys didn't make a mistake in getting rid of Baker, right? That was with getting Deshaun. That was a great move right there.
I mean, I can't really tell. I mean, we'll see how this season goes, and then I'll definitely make my if you ask me that question again after the season, I could definitely give you a better answer than right now.
But like I said,
is this a make or break season for the Browns?
I think so.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is Deshaun Watson's third year on his 5-year contract, right, Stu? I'm sure you probably know better than I do. I'm too casual. But yeah, I think this is his 3rd-year, 5-year contract.
Oh yeah, this is his 3rd year. Yeah, because he was like suspended for like most of the season when his first year.
Yeah, his first year he was suspended for I think 6 games. He played in 7. Last year he got injured. So yeah, this is his 3rd year. I mean, he's doing pretty good. Statistic-wise, record-wise, so yeah.
We'll see if they wanted a quarterback from Houston, though, they should have gotten C.J. Stroud. Really, that's what they should have gotten from Houston.
yeah, but they were like, no, Deshaun is a good. But anyway, we should probably talk about the Carolina Hurricanes, who talked about it. They were in a 3-1 series. They were in a 3-1. We were thinking, this might go to Game 7, and then they beat. The Rangers 4-1. I was like, okay, this is at home. All right. We're in Game 6. All right, they're a 3-1 series. We might have. Are the Rangers about to choke this one away? Oh my God! Since it's only 3-1, and then they scored 2 more goals, and then they scored 2 more goals after that, and then we had the sad, crying Hurricanes fan kid who cried when the Hurricanes choked, and they did choke royally right there.
Dang, so you're really bringing the heat on this this Carolina child as a fan, making him.
I'm sorry, he was crying on TV. When I was watching it.
I did fair, you sent a picture to us in our little group chat. That was pretty fun. I mean, I laughed.
Wow. Is this bad that we're like making fun of a child after they're crying?
I think it is bad. But if you look at this, let's transition. The Rangers were up 3-0 in this series. They won the first 2 games in New York. Then they won the 3rd game in Carolina. Carolina got lucky and won that 4th game, 4-3 high scoring. Then they won game 5. And then, yeah, I mean, if they could have forced a game 7, that would have been cool. But realistically, coming back from down 3-0 in a series, yeah, we knew. I mean, I don't know what we knew, but I'm pretty sure we all picked the Rangers to escape the series. So, sorry, Carolina.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not looking good for Carolina.
And like Doug says, Doug loves the way the Rangers play. They have Artemi Panarin. So yeah, Doug, what do you think about this series?
I think it went about as I expected. I forgot if I picked them in 6 or what, but I was kind of surprised when they said that Carolina had the best like cup odds according to Vegas, because it really didn't make sense when you have to go on the road to New York.
Yeah,
and
that
so
was a tough one.
I don't know. I think New York and Florida. I mean, I think for me they've been the 2 best teams in the East most of the season. So like I'm not really surprised.
Yeah. Also, this is definitely not looking good for the Hurricanes, because I think they're in cap hell right now, because they're gonna have to lose a lot of players now, and I think this was their only shot at making the cup in this iteration. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I do not think. Maybe this might be like a hot take. We'll see when we get to 2025. But I don't see the Hurricanes making it to the playoffs next year, just for how much they have to lose, and their captain's about to leave also. That's not good.
You said their captain is leaving. Who's their captain? If you know.
Oh, I do not know, but
okay.
Is it that Aho guy?
Yeah, I think it might
Sebastian Aho.
Yeah, I think he might be I think he might be leaving also.
Is he coming to Detroit, you think? Detroit needs some players.
Well, I mean, I know everyone in Detroit is still complaining. All those fans are still complaining about Stevie Y. I'm just saying.
So, Stuart, we're talking about the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, the Carolina Hurricanes eulogy right here. And you said that you don't think Carolina's going to make the playoffs next year?
No, because they
are they losing that many players? Because they were, based on what I'm seeing on the ESPN, the conference standings, they were 2nd place in the conference.
But I mean, their players are about to be going.
Yeah, so a lot of players are leaving or being traded, or there's free agency and they're exiting. Gotcha.
Also, John Steele was the captain of the Hurricanes. Sorry, just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to Google Jordan Staal.
Jordan Staal.
Wait, what? Who is it? Is it Jordan Staal?
Yeah, Jordan Staal. Looks like.
Oh, you said Steele the first time. Like,
yeah,
man,
I was like, I'm like, who's John Steele, dude? Never heard of
that.
Yeah, I wasn't even close. Like, man, I can't believe I've never heard of this guy.
Captain.
Yeah, sounds like a WWE wrestler.
Yeah, that's what
it's like
John SmackDown.
Oh, SmackDown versus the. Wait a minute, I heard the gong right now. Could it be the Undertaker's ready to come?
Do you want to know a random show that I've been watching?
Oh, what's your random show?
I do want to know.
It's called WWE Rivalries, and it goes through some of the best like rivalries at the WWE. And
is Hulk Hogan on that show by chance?
Oh yeah, brother. Yeah. All of them are. The last one I watched was The Rock versus John Cena. We had like Hulk Hogan versus who was Hulk Hogan's big one? Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh, what about Ric Flair? Did Ric Flair on it? You gotta have.
Yeah, we have I think I haven't watched it yet, but there's Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes.
Stu, what's Ric Flair's famous saying?
California thing. Woo! I just know.
Let's go.
He always does the woo. Oh, I will tell you this. I know we're off tangent, but gentlemen, you need to watch the 30 for 30 Ric Flair. It is so. Wasn't it amazing?
Woo. Yes, sir.
It was the most hilarious thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Especially the part when he was like, "Yeah, I thought about being faithful for my wife for about a day."
Yeah. He was a savage for sure.
He was oh my goodness. Definitely would be a fun person to drink with. Though I do feel like he'd probably black out.
Yeah, I think so. If you go out with like him and Andre the Giant, man, you're gonna have a heck of a time from what I hear.
Oh my goodness.
You won't be making it home.
You will not be making it home right there. But I guess, like I said, we're going to talk about our eulogy. I mean, the Hurricanes, unfortunately, just like the urinary tree guy always has to say it. Rally! Aren't you ready to come to our games? Even though all of our players are leaving right now because we can't beat the Rangers.
Do they have a fan issue? Like they don't fill the stadium?
Oh, you need to come to our games, Douglas. Come to our Hurricanes.
Wait. So, sir, are you being serious? Like, there weren't fans going to the Hurricanes games?
Oh, I mean, there was, but it's not a lot. There hasn't been.
They weren't sold out.
They were not sold out.
Yeah. For being the second best team in the conference record-wise, and they weren't selling it. That's man. Oof. All right.
Unfortunately, you still need.
Maybe that's why they're getting away majority of their good players, and now, like you're saying. They're not going to make the playoffs. Hot takes, sir, from going from second best in the conference to not making the playoffs next season. Hot takes, Stuart. I like that.
I like it, and I think my take will be right. I want this recorded.
That's a take even before free agency too. Like that's real bold.
Yeah, you got to look at their cap. Like, let's look at the cap. What's their cap limit? The Hurricanes.
Well, I mean, the way every other sport works, though, you can like go above the cap to keep your own players.
Cap.
No cap.
Limit. Let me just.
Oh, you need a cap. I hate the no cap. I'm glad baseball. Wait, no, baseball doesn't do a cap still, do they?
Oh, I was not suggesting there should be no cap. I was just saying because like, it's like slang out there now for like no lie, no cap. So yeah, there should definitely be a cap in all sports. That's my own opinion. To each their own. Baseball is kind of, whatever's going on with baseball. And then, yeah, I agree. There should definitely be a cap when it comes to salaries and things like that.
So as of right now, they only have. Let me check. So I'm looking at it right now. Let's look at their cap limit right now. So unfortunately, they only have $8 million left. $8.7 million on cap space right now. That's not great. On cap space left.
How many players do they need to sign still? Whatever.
I'm trying to think who's leaving. I think there's still going to be a couple that are going to be leaving, but that's not really the best. So in comparison, this is from sportstracker.com. The Detroit Red Wings has 12 million cap space, actually.
That's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
8 million to 12 million. That's like neck and neck pretty much.
Let's see. The Columbus Blue Jackets have too much cap space. They have 23 million.
Oh, nice. Let's go. Let's get some players. Let's go, Blue Jackets.
Yes!
Blue Jackets, I heard they're going to get a new GM, and it wasn't the Nashville Predators, was it? I don't know. It's a team that has done pretty well as of recent. I forgot what team it was. But yeah, Blue Jackets are going to be getting a new general manager, and I'm stoked for it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys should look at maybe picking up a goalie like that guy from Florida's pretty good.
Sergei Bobrovsky, bring him back. Be like, hey, Sergei, you want to come back to Columbus? I know you're enjoying Florida weather, but how about you rethink your options?
Yeah, you love Miami, but you know what? Your heart is going to Columbus. You know, I know
that you played with an amazing player called Artemi Panarin, but if you get another player of that caliber, and we'll have him be on the same team as you, but then we'll trade him away. So yeah, come on over, Bobrovsky.
Come on, Bobrovsky. Let's go. Come on, Bobrovsky. But like I said, unfortunately, Hurricanes, it went from a Category 5 to now a tropical depression for the Hurricane fans.
Ooh, that's a good one, Stu. I like that.
I just thought of that in my head. Look at that.
Speaking of natural disasters like hurricanes, how about the snowy avalanche?
Oh, but I think we should discuss the this series right now, the Panthers versus the Rangers.
Oh, we're gonna pick the winner of the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, nice.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. We'll switch it up right here.
I mean, we know who. I mean, because what Doug took the Rangers to win it all. Stuart, you picked the Panthers to win it all. But yeah, let's go. Who do you get? Who you guys picking?
All right, let's. I
see the Rangers with home ice advantage. I'll take them. Man.
But what game do you think, Douglas? If you had to pick?
I'm gonna go 7. I think this will be a heck of a series.
All right. I think I'm gonna.
Stuart, you got it. Here we go.
I still feel confident on Sergei Bobrovsky. He has been an absolutely stellar goalie right now. I'm gonna go still with the Panthers, and I'm going Game 7.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you guys are both sending it to Game 7. All right, so I'm the tiebreaker here. I mean, I picked the Panthers to go to the to the Cup against the Avalanche, so I'm going to pick the Panthers. But yeah, I mean, the Rangers have home ice advantage, so yeah, Panthers. I'm gonna say Panthers in 6. Actually, they're gonna win it in Florida.
Ooh!
Wow!
You feel so confident, man. Good for you, Fyodor.
But also, don't rely on my picks because I picked the Avalanche to win it all, and they're not in it anymore. So
yeah, and I think we should.
So, good job on the Rangers probably winning this series since I'm picking the Panthers.
Yes, and gentlemen, I guess we're gonna have to transition because Fyodor did a good transition. We're gonna have to do our eulogy, unfortunately, on the Colorado Avalanche, who lost this on Game 6. Second overtime to the Dallas Stars. Gentlemen, what's your thoughts about the Colorado Avalanche? Even though I had a feeling the Stars were going to win it.
That Game 6 started at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Went to double overtime. The game didn't end until about 1:30, 1:45 Eastern Standard Time. But I was watching all of it. Man, but yeah, heartbreaker. I mean, it still would have been a tough. Well, no, because it would have been that was Game 6. Would have been series tied at 3.
Not the longest though. That was not the longest game. I saw one game where it started at 7:30. It went to I think 4th or 5th overtime. It was against the Hurricane versus the Florida Panthers last year.
Yep.
And the game did not end until 2:30 in the morning. Started at 7.
I'm pretty sure Sergei Bobrovsky has the league. What do you call that? Anyways, he has the most saves in a single game because it went into 3 or 4 overtimes.
Yeah.
Like
I said, that's why Bobrovsky. That. But anyway.
Oh, eulogy for the Avalanche. I picked them to win, but I should have been smarter about that because Dallas was the number 1 team in the Western Conference. But yeah, I would have loved to see McKinnon and Makar hoist the trophy, but
yeah, unfortunately they're not going to host it again.
As a fan of parity, y'all just won it 2 years ago. McKinnon's a stud. You guys will have a lot more tries at this with Makar and McKinnon. So, not really bummed to see them go because they won it all in basketball and hockey in the last 2 years. So, bummer. Better luck next year, boys.
I say, yeah, well said. Yeah, because you're right. The Nuggets won it last year for the NBA. And then, like you said, 2 years ago, the Avalanche won it in hockey. So
with
maybe I was just riding high on the Avalanche. So I should have made a better choice in who was going to win it all.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Avalanche, unfortunately, just like global warming, unfortunately, I think it melted all the snow away. So there's no avalanching today.
That's great.
Done. Come on, that was a good.
Come up with these on your own, or like because these are actually these are great.
I
just
really
thought
like the tropical depression one. That one felt a little wordy for me. That one felt a little wordy.
you thought it went too wordy on me. How
Like
dare
I
you?
feel like you repeated. I feel like you repeated the same sentiment too much there. Like it was close, dude. It's pretty good. Like the tropical depression one. The tropical depression, like 9.9 out of 10. Like that was flawless.
All right, all
That
right.
Avalanche one, I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Like not
Boo!
quite as not quite.
And I thought of that in my head. Okay, both
It
of
was
those
still
I thought of.
good.
It was so good. It was so good.
Well,
It was good, yeah, but the
I,
delivery could have been a little bit better, right? Great words, great concept, but yeah, delivery needs a little bit of practice. But hey, we're casual.
We're
yeah,
casual.
that was a casual joke, Stu. For a casual joke, it's very nice.
I liked it though. I liked it.
Yes, but
Especially
now,
since it was against my Colorado Avalanche, my pick.
okay, what would be a better pun? Okay, Douglas, let's see
Well,
it. Let's,
so I thought you were gonna say something about them sliding, like how an avalanche is sliding. So I thought you were gonna say something like, just like in the Rocky Mountains, an avalanche, they slid right out of the playoffs. There's something about an avalanche and them sliding right out.
oh, okay. So maybe we could just say
Doug was locked and loaded for this.
Okay, we go do a rewind. Rewind. So it'd be like, all right. I guess I would say my final thoughts on the Colorado Avalanche. You used to slid yourself to greatness, and now you slide yourself out of the playoffs.
There you go, Stu. I like it.
That was good.
Yeah, snap your finger right here. We go right there. Now, like I said, we got the Dallas Stars making it into the Final Four. Can these Stars actually do it? Like I said, it's been a while since they won the Cup, 2001. They did make it to the finals in the COVID year, 2020, but losing to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Can they finally do it?
Like, I mean, if I didn't pick Edmonton in the preseason, I probably would pick Dallas in the series, but I'm not going to switch my pick. Because, like, I don't know, man. Like, they're really impressive. Like, they dominated Colorado. But, like, for a good part of this. I mean, 5-1, 4-1, 5-3. Like, the Colorado won, in overtime for one of their wins? And, so it's like Dallas just dominated one of the best teams in the league. They're solid. They definitely can do it.
And it's kind of crazy to think about this Final Four of the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. I think all four of them has been a while. Florida's never won a cup, but the Rangers been since '94. The Dallas Stars, it's been since 2001, and I believe Edmonton, was 86, 87, or 88. I think it's been a while since they won it because they had that great 3 years. The Edmonton Oilers, that was like the Gretzky era. That's how long ago it's been.
Man. All of these teams, if you take those ages, they would all be able to drink and vote and gamble. That's how long all these teams have been since they won a cup.
Well, unless you're Florida and you never won a cup.
The Edmonton Oilers, their last Stanley Cup was 1990.
1990. Oh yeah, so that was their 3 years when they won it because they were dominant in the late 80s with Gretzky. Before Gretzky went to the LA Kings.
The Rangers?
No, he went to the Kings.
The Kings, okay, gotcha.
I think he ended up on the Rangers at some point too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gretzky definitely played with the Rangers.
Yeah, he was like a journeyman. He went to the Rangers.
I'm pretty sure his last game was with the Rangers because as a kid, I remember watching that game for some reason. I'm very confident it was with the Rangers.
Did he win a cup with the Rangers in '94?
I don't think he wasn't the guy that was holding the cup. That's the only thing because I feel like I don't think he was.
I think he was like a role player at that point in his career too. Like I don't think he was Edmonton. He was the guy. I think it was kind of like he was there, but I don't know. I don't know if he would have been on that team.
I know he was on the Blues, and that was the year when Stevie Y go to second overtime, Game 7, and takes out, shoots the goal middle of the ice rink and scores, and Detroit wins.
So Gretzky played with 3 teams in his career: the Oilers, the Kings, the Rangers,
and then he played with the Blues. Yeah, he played
with the Blues,
which he never got them a cup.
But he has 4 Stanley Cups in his career, and they're all with the Oilers. 83-84 season, 84-85 season, so back-to-back, 86-87 season, 87-88 season. So
my God,
couple back-to-backs there. That's pretty impressive.
That was like a great era to be like in the '80s to be alive, just like winning back-to-back cups. Like,
it would have sucked because the Red Wings were the Dead Wings at that time. So I'm glad I didn't see it.
yeah, oh God, I remember my stepfather Pat said they were so bad, the Red Wings. They were like, all right, Jenna, already. You want to come to a Red Wings game? We can get you a free Cadillac if you want to go to a Red Wings. They raffled out Cadillacs. That's how bad they were.
Yeah, you guys are right. He did play with the Blues during the 1996 season, ended his career with the Rangers. So Oilers, Kings, Blues, Rangers. Wow, Gretzky.
Gretzky had a great career. Yeah, I can never be hating on Gretzky. You know what I mean? He is the GOAT. He's the GOAT of hockey.
He was no Gordie Howe, but
but I mean, if you think of the '80s and the '90s,
I was joking.
Wasn't Gordie Howe playing in the era that they didn't play with hockey helmets or masks or anything like that?
Not playing the helmets.
Oh yeah,
man, that's crazy. Can you imagine? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw on that the PK's Places. I was telling you boys about, they did an episode on the evolution of the hockey mask, and apparently the first guy to wear it got a ton of like crap for wearing it, and he literally made it like, the reason that they're kind of goofy now, if I remember correctly, is because the goalies kind of made them look funky because they got hit in the face so much that they wanted it to kind of like look distorted in some way, and so like then they started doing like different designs and stuff. Kind of cool.
That's actually kind of cool in that sense.
Well, who's the serial killer that's in the movies that wears a hockey mask? Who's that?
That was Jason.
Okay, there it is. So maybe that's why,
Yeah. To be fair, that was I know that was a straight up copy of Halloween. I'm just saying they were ripping off Halloween back in the day because Halloween was popular. So they're like, oh, we need this hockey mask.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know.
But anyway, we should probably talk about the Battle of Canada right now, where two Canadians fought their way to make it to the Final Four. Only one survived. I said this game was going to go to Game 7. I was wrong. I did. But I picked Vancouver to win it all instead of Edmonton. And Connor McDavid will survive again. Gentlemen, what is your thoughts about Vancouver? I mean, I guess I will say, first of all, good for you for making it this far. This has probably been the most successful Vancouver team since maybe the Stanley Cup Finals in 2001.
Well, do you know what's fun? So, I watched a lot of this game last night, and I like the perspective they put on it because at the beginning, they were talking about both teams' expectations coming into the year, and they said Edmonton was kind of in a cup or bust type of a move. So, they were kind of like, we really got to win a cup. We have Draisaitl, we have McDavid. This has to be our year. And they asked the Vancouver GM at the beginning of the year, what's the expectation? What's the kind of ceiling for this team? He's like, man, if everything goes perfectly, maybe we make the playoffs. And then they won the whole division. So it's kind of just kind of a cool perspective that, at the beginning of the season, this wouldn't have been a good series. So shout out to Vancouver. But the sad thing for Vancouver, Stu, got a sad fact for you.
Oh, no.
Their last 3 Game 7s, well, I guess they weren't last night, but the last 2 Game 7s before this, they were shut out. And this one they lost as well. So they've lost their last 3 Game 7s.
Yeah, and that was not the first half was okay, but when it got to the second half and they were Edmonton scored 3-0, I was like, which was funny. Then I went to bed because I had to go to work the next day, and you guys were texting, oh, it was a great series. I was like, wait a minute, did Vancouver come back after 3 goals? I was thinking oh my God, they really just came back. And I was like, oh no, they did not, unfortunately.
Doug, you said that Vancouver in their last 3 Game 7s, they were shut out?
Well, so they were saying that with 3 minutes to go in this game, and then Vancouver scored 2 late goals. So technically their last 2, they were shut out, and then this one they still lost.
Oh, gotcha. So, but regardless, they lost their last 2. Well, now 3 Game 7s. Oh, man. I don't remember who I picked last week to win this series or to finish it out, but I don't know. But if I would have known that about Vancouver, I easily would have picked Edmonton.
Yeah, I didn't know until the game started, but I don't know. I really hope that McDavid and Draisaitl can get it done though. Like I feel like they're both too good to like never really even make the Cup finals. But I don't know. That Dallas series is going to be tough.
I'm trying to think. What's like the NFL equivalent of like, okay, Connor McDavid, but if he does not get the a great player, but just never gets to that Super Bowl or never got to that championship.
I wouldn't say Christian McCaffrey because what McCaffrey doesn't have a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, but he did make it to a Super Bowl, but he didn't win a Super Bowl.
I mean, Connor McDavid, he's the best player probably in the world right now, and NFL similarities. If we're going best player, not to win a title or a championship, maybe Christian McCaffrey, NFL equivalent.
I think of a good one. I mean, he did make it to Super Bowl, but he only made it to one. Oh, Dan Marino. Is he like the Dan Marino of the NHL?
Oh, you're talking all time? Potentially. I mean, same thing, but like he's not going to go in a good place in history without winning a cup.
Yeah.
Like current day, like a really weird comparison, but doesn't actually make a lot of sense. Is the possibility of like a Kirk Cousins, where it's like he's one of the better quarterbacks, but he just can never actually win.
Oh,
like every other good quarterback that I can think of, like that's has a chance for that like really good quarterback discussion, has won one. Like you had Stafford, who maybe could have been there, but he won one. Like maybe you have Joe Burrow, but he's too young. Like maybe you could say Josh Allen. Like maybe Josh Allen could be a current comparison where it's like every year you go in with these crazy expectations, and every year it's a letdown.
yeah.
Like it feels similar, at least in that regard.
Yes, you go from success to having your field goal kicker miss a kick.
Exactly. Like at least in terms of like team expectations and deflativeness, I think Buffalo's a really good one.
Oh yeah, definitely such a disappointment. I mean, for Buffalo. But like I said, we got to probably talk about Edmonton. But like I said, it is interesting. Like I said, they got away. They battled in Game 7. They did good. They beat. Like I said, there was at one point that Vancouver lead to 3-2, and then they just dominated Game 6, Game 7, even though they did win 3-2. But like I said, I feel like they dominated. I feel like these series, the last two game series, it's like, all right, we were the better team. I feel like.
I think so too. And like I was intrigued by Chris's point the other day about McDavid not being as much of a scorer as I thought. Because then watching, I definitely saw a lot more of the passing skills, and he's just so fast. But
so, thank you, Doug. Real quick, so we're talking about Connor McDavid. They said the average NHL career is 4.5 years, but they said the top 25% of players, like the best 25%, their average length of years in the NHL is 12 years. And so far, Connor McDavid's played 9 years in his career, so he has 3 years left to try to make a to win, to hoist Lord Stanley. So
yeah,
and like I said, and it's crazy to think about it because a Canadian team has never won the Cup since the 92-93 season with the Montreal Canadiens. It's been that long. It's been almost 30 years.
Since the Canadian team won? Wow, you said 92-93?
Yeah, that's the last time a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, not good.
But yeah, like Doug was mentioning earlier, he said, this is Edmonton's year, or if not this year, next year, because they have Draisaitl, they have McDavid. They have a stacked team, and like this is their time to make a push.
Like,
so
this is either gonna be. Is this gonna be the future Patrick Mahomes team that's gonna do well, or is this gonna be like the Buffalo Bills, where it's like you have all these players, you're so stacked, you got everything.
Do you know who this team is gonna probably end up being like? If I had a guess, it's gonna kind of be like the Capitals, where it's like, man, oh man, like Ovechkin needs a cup to cement his legacy. And I think McDavid will eventually win one, but like, man, oh man, like we'd talk about Ovechkin so differently if he didn't have that one run and one cup.
Could we say, is Connor McDavid like, and I'm thinking this is like a classic example, Stevie Yzerman before he won the cup, where he was kind of viewed as a choke artist, a great player, but kind of viewed as a choke artist?
Similar vibes for sure. I mean, that's the same mold that the Ovechkin falls in right now.
Yeah, where it's like, man, he's such a great player, but he can't win cups. Connor McDavid can't win cups, and like I said, what
Well, yeah, I
happens?
mean, and if you can't win a cup with Draisaitl, and they have what's his name? Is it Kane or who's the other guy that they have? Evander somebody?
Yeah, but does Patrick Kane also?
No,
oh yeah,
not Patrick
was it?
Kane.
Yeah, Evander Kane. Isn't he a defenseman? Yeah, right for the Oilers.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the league too. Like they have just a really solid team, and it's like you can't afford this team forever. You got to win a cup with it.
Let's see who else is on the Oilers roster.
Oh, actually, there's a fun fact, and I realized this. There's somebody, the goalie. You know what the goalie's name is?
I was in Stewart.
Skinner.
Yeah. We brought this up. We brought this up last week too. We're like, oh, let's go, Stewart.
Let's go, Stewart. Let's go. For some Edmonton.
Yeah, the Oilers. Yeah, they have Connor McDavid. Yeah, they have Draisaitl, but they also have Zach Hyman, who.
Hyman.
He's played 12. So the Oilers, they played 12 postseason games so far. He scored 11 goals. Like that's crazy.
That is crazy, and like I said, I think this was actually my favorite series of the 4 so far.
I mean, what are the best 2 words in sports, guys?
Out of Canada.
Okay, so
it's Game 7.
Game
Game 7. The best 2 words in sports.
I mean, yeah, games. Oh, you know what's even a better 2 words?
I know we're casual, but come on, guys.
Okay. You know what's the better 4 words?
What's that?
Game 7 overtime.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Too bad this series didn't go to Game 7 overtime, but yeah,
you know
Game
what's
7
even
overtime,
better?
That's
even better. Stanley Cup Finals Game 7 overtime.
Oh, 6 words? Whoa.
Wow.
It's like the meme where it's like the hot girl is coming. It's like, babe, you got to watch some overtime, and then it's like me. Yes, honey, I'll watch it. This is what I feel every time. It's like, do you want to watch more playoff overtime? Yes, honey, I will. Watch more overtime. I'm like Homer Simpson and eating the donuts when I see overtime.
I feel like I'm confused. Like maybe I misinterpreted because you sounded sad when you said this, Stu. I feel like I misinterpreted something.
No, I'm like happy. I'm like, I have to watch that. It's like you know what? All right, that's a bad meme. I am like Homer Simpson eating the donuts when it's like game. It's like more overtime. Game 7. Double overtime.
Speaking of hopeful Game 7s overtime, who are you guys going to take in this Dallas Edmonton series to make it to the Stanley Cup?
This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, these are good series. Like these are a lot better than the NBA gave us.
I'm honestly like, I feel like any one of these 4, I'm going to be happy. I'm just going to tell you straight up, no matter what happens, who's going to win the Stanley Cup, I'm going to be happy any one of these 4 teams that win the Stanley Cup.
Here, Stuart, go back to the screen where it shows the there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, if you have Dallas, Edmonton, Florida, or the Rain or New York, I'd be happy for any 4 of these teams to win a Stanley Cup. There's nobody.
I told you guys earlier who I thought was going to win the entire thing out of these 4 teams. I said the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to pick New York over Edmonton.
And Stuart, you had to pick the Panthers because you picked the Panthers initially. So who's Florida or New York going to play in the Stanley Cup from the Western Conference? Remember, Dallas has the home ice advantage.
Like I said, they got all these beautiful games right here. Game 7 is in Dallas, but
if necessary,
I'm just trying to think. Both teams are good. Is Connor McDavid gonna get to that leap and take Edmonton to the finals, which has been a darn long time? Or is he gonna choke?
Stay with your chest, Stu. You're going to pick Dallas. We all know the Texas boy ain't picking no Canadian team.
No, it's so hard. If one of these teams, my life depended on it, I'm like, oh my God.
So if your life depended on it, who are you taking to make the Stanley Cup?
All right, so if you're right on this pick, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl.
All right, I hate to say it, Dallas Game 6.
Ooh, all right.
You could see that one coming a mile away.
I know. But I don't mind if Edmonton makes it. I'm just saying. I like both of the.
What annoys me the most is that like the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Cowboys, they pretty much have the same logo almost. So, ugh.
How dare you be mean to America's team and America's hockey team right now?
Sir, I'm just saying facts.
Do you guys want to hear a wild story? For one, there's a frog just hopping by here. I'm like, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
The other day, I was driving down the road. Well, Andrew was driving down the road, excuse me. And in the middle of the road, there was an alligator in Alabama. It was only 2-footer. And I told Andrew, I'm like, you got to videotape me, but let me out and I'm going to wrestle it. And she didn't want to do that.
Oh,
did you go, well, she didn't want to record you, or did you go out and wrestle it but not record you?
No, I didn't wrestle. I didn't wrestle the gator. I did not
you
wrestle
said
it
was roughly 2 feet long?
Yeah, it was just a baby gator. It was just hanging out.
2 feet long, I'd be with an alligator. I mean, yeah, it's only a baby, but man, like that'd be intense going up to it. But sometimes you gotta grab life by the horns.
Mama gators right there.
Grab life by the alligator.
Oh, that's true.
Happy about that?
Can you imagine if the mama gator just like disowned it? That'd be crazy. I heard that's what birds do.
Oh
or
my god!
If the mama gator like sees you attacking the baby and just crawls out of the
just
swamp.
comes, it's like just like whomp. You become gator meat. You become gator breakfast. You become gator
human meat, Stu. So actually, gator's real good. I think I ate it when I was in Florida. Deep fried gator. It tastes real good. So like on the opposite side, now the gator would be having the human for a little appetizer.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like, man, this is like my dinner. This is my lunch. This could be like, I got.
If I was gonna go out and get the gator, I would have needed some duct tape, so I could have taped its little nose. And
yeah, the schnoz, right?
Yeah, you gotta tape the snot. You gotta tape the schnoz when you gotta make sure.
Well, yeah, because you gotta tape it. So like, if you get it, that's the first thing you get, because otherwise that's their main plan of attack is using their jaws, and not let go. Just do the roll.
Yeah, the death roll is always scary. But anyway, Douglas, we should probably get back to.
Oh yeah, we got it. Yeah, Douglas, back to this series between the Stars and the Oilers.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Let's digress.
All right, what is going to happen, Douglas?
Because Doug's going to be the next Steve Irwin resting those Gators.
So Edmonton, they're the road team. So that means that they're home in Game 6. Which means that that's where they're going to win it. They're going to win it in Edmonton on June 2nd.
What?
Maybe we'll all maybe we'll watch that game together, you know?
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, you're coming to Michigan that Saturday. So, yeah. Ooh, let's hope it goes to Game 6.
I mean, like I said, the best part about it is it's not going to be late this time, so I can watch the whole games now.
Exactly. So maybe we do that. Who knows? We'll see where life goes.
So, Doug, you're saying Oilers in 6, or what'd you say, Dallas and how many? 6 as well?
6 also. And now, Theodore, you get to be the deciding factor. You get to.
All right, the team that I'm picking to play the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup. I mean, Dallas, yeah, they have Jake Onger between the pipes. They have some good offense, stellar defense. But yeah, sure. What'd you say? A Canadian team hasn't won since what, 92, 93?
Yes.
Oh man, this is gonna be a great series. Boy, Dallas was number 1 in the Western Conference record wise, and let's see where Edmonton fell.
Yeah,
Edmonton was roughly the 5th seed. I'm not sure how that works. Oh man, I'm gonna say Dallas in 7, and like I'm glad that I hope we watched Game 6 in Michigan. But yeah, that Tuesday night game, it's gonna have Dallas's name on it.
Also, we're gonna probably watch Game 5 in Michigan because it's on Friday.
Oh,
well, I'll be catching a flight that night.
Yeah, and I'm probably not leaving Ohio till that Saturday morning. But you're gonna watch it in Michigan, Stuart. So
you'll watch it in Michigan, Stu. Don't you fret.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be watching it. We will watch this game in Michigan. But like I said,
I'll be watching it with you. I'll be watching in Ohio though. If you want to like have a live telecast.
yeah. We could definitely maybe would do that. But look at this. We got the Final Four, gentlemen. I guess we can discuss. Do you have any final thoughts on this Final Four before we go?
I'm just honored that my Rangers in Edmonton are still there. Feel like a wizard. Unfortunately, I only have 2 out of the 4 right, but I think I picked Florida versus New York actually. So I think I got 3 out of 4 right.
You got 3 out of 4 right. Granted, if Colorado didn't choke, but like I said,
yeah, I was gonna say I still feel good about picking Colorado over Dallas too. Dallas just proved me wrong. They were great.
Mm-hmm.
Stuart, what are your thoughts on this Final Four?
This is probably the best Final Four in quite some time. There's no turnies. You have Florida, but like I said, they got a chip on their shoulder. Like I said, never won the cup, but they got a chip on their shoulder because they didn't win that final cup last year. Lost to Vegas. Rangers been a long time coming since they won the cup. And before that, fun fact, 94 was like their last time, and before that was like 50 years before they won a cup. Before that. So hopefully maybe the Rangers might do it. Edmonton, it's been since the 90s. 1990. Can they finally get the cup? Can Connor McDavid not be called a choke artist and host Lord Stanley? Or can Dallas do something like the Rangers did in baseball? Actually hold a cup and have a great double season of championship in Dallas. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, I guess Arlington's technically Dallas, close enough.
Yeah. So, Stuart, you said none of these teams were in the semifinals last year.
No, Florida made it to the finals, but they
but Rangers, Stars, Oilers, those 3 were not.
No.
Gotcha. So only Florida. All right, my final thoughts. Well, it seems like our final thoughts the winner is going to be from the Eastern Conference because we all picked Stuart with the Rangers, Doug with the Rangers, Stu and I with the Panthers. So let's go Eastern Conference. Hoist Lord Stanley.
Hoist that Stanley Cup.
Well, heck yeah, gentlemen. This has been a pleasure as always.
It's just a pleasure as always. And like I said, I feel like for next week, maybe we'll talk about a couple of these games. They'll probably not be done. I mean, I don't think any of these will be done. I mean, unless like there's an absolute collapse, but I don't think any of these games will be done. And then, unless, like I said, and unless in 2 weeks from now, unless they have the Dallas versus Edmonton game to Game 7, I think we'll wrap it up and we'll figure out who is going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals in 2 weeks.
All right, now, good deal, Stu.
And like I said, we're pretty much all square away. We're all done. I feel like I'm now in the darkness bunker right now.
Sir, you have a light right behind you. You should turn that thing on.
I should have, but I had another light. Unfortunately,
I feel like you and Doug are both in the dark bunkers because you guys are all looking kind of dark over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought the sun set on me. I figured it would be done before the sun sets, Stu. What the heck's going on here?
I know.
When we're talking about hockey casually, you can never expect to talk.
Hey, time flies when we're talking about hockey fun. That's what I got to say, gentlemen. Yeah. Time flies when we're having fun with the hockey. But like I said, we'll probably just talk about hockey. And like I said, we're having fun right here. And like I always say, I will catch you later, Mr. Gators. So take care.